Thanks, Ali. Welcome, everybody. We're going to be talking about bridging the gaps in the civil engineering design workflows with MicroStation Connect Edition. And we are going to be focusing on MicroStation Connect Edition today. So many of us ask, what is MicroStation and how is it going to fit into my workflow? Well, MicroStation fits into the overall portfolio of information modeling applications, and it benefits teams by integrating them in the design modeling workflows. So it is actually kind of the glue between all of our different workflows with different applications, as we'll come to see. Well, current work practices do have gaps, and the current practices have this problem when we're transferring data or information, and knowledge as well, from one phase of a project to another. There isn't a continuity of data or knowledge in a project. So when we create plans, we hand that over, throw it over the fence to the design department. And then there's a process there where we have to sort of pick up and go, what were you planning? How were you doing this? What files were you using? You're using Word documents, you're using PowerPoints, you're using spreadsheets, you're doing other things. All right, how do I take that information and start to design my model? Then once we get to the procurement stage, once again, we've got these elaborate designs, and they're calling for a lot of different types of materials and supplies, and the procurement department, once again, has to go back and take the designs and look at them and say, oh, we need so much rebar, we need this amount of concrete. And again, we're going to have to go back and take the design and convert it to Excel spreadsheets, databases. And in every single one of these phases, there's this gap that occurs. We've noticed this, and we've heard from a lot of you that this is a problem. So we've been trying very hard in the last few years to provide a better information management system. And that's what Connect Edition is about. The whole point behind Connect is to connect these different phases of the project through using innovative technology. And MicroStation is the glue behind all of the Connect concept. So let's take a look at what Connect Edition unleashes. There are multiple advantages with new and improved capabilities. Some of our most prominent capabilities are designing in context, the ability to work collaboratively on designs through our connected user experience by integrating multiple disciplines. There's better information for teams because of full interoperability, so you can integrate any data type. You can explore more design options by creating reusable content with parametrics and components. You can integrate your two-dimensional documentation into three-dimensional models and produce intelligent deliverables so that you have improved what you deliver for a project. And we provide services to increase your flexibility when responding to the marketplace. So we're going to take a look at these different features that help us overcome the gaps. So designing in a real-world context. Let's take a look at what this is for us. So this starts with some really interesting computer vision technology, where we take photographs, maybe from a drone, maybe from an airplane, maybe from the ground, and we convert that to a three-dimensional model. Right now we use the 3MX file format, which is proprietary to Bentley, but we'll soon have something very interesting coming out for you. In fact, it's available in Update 5, which is the current version of MicroStation Connect Edition. And that's the 3SM file format, which is a scalable mesh. This is kind of an interesting piece of technology. Once you zoom out, you see less detail. When you zoom in, you see a lot more detail, to the point where you can zoom in really tightly on one person and see really incredible detail on a human face, for example. Nonetheless, you can zoom out and see an entire city. So 3SM is really exciting. But the whole concept behind context capture is taking photos and turning them into three-dimensional models. It's done primarily through drone technology or any other photographic technology. You can use a DSLR, you can use your iPhone or Android phone, whatever you want. So basically, most of these devices are GPS controlled, so there's a high degree of accuracy, and we get a sense of scale from the GPS. The accuracy actually is very high. So if you have a pixel that covers 1 centimeter in your photograph, then the accuracy of the mesh is 2 centimeters. So it's 2 times the pixel resolution. And you can get a great deal of spatial accuracy through adding in photographs from the ground. So with some ground control here, you can really increase your spatial accuracy. So we're getting to the point where this type of photography is so accurate that the difference between this and lasers is really within the error range of the sensors. So if you have good pixel resolution, so you have a lot of megapixels, if you will, in your camera, you're going to get close to what you get with a laser. Close enough that you're within the error range of a laser scan. So without the expense of the laser scan, you can get the same kind of accuracy. So it's kind of interesting how it works. Basically, you can integrate all these different data types here. So you can see this MicroStation stuff there at the bottom left. This is the actual 3MX file, which is generated by MicroStation. We also have provided you all sorts of interesting technologies, so you can actually spatially classify different things here. So this is a building on a campus. We can isolate the building, and then we can actually go through and look at all of the different aspects of this building. In this case, we're looking at work orders. So we can go in and look at the different work orders. We can still list on our ProjectWise server, so you can click on the building, click on the work orders, go find the different work orders, and see what needs to be done to fix that building. You can also scan this campus, for example, and add a variety of queries to it. So you can look for, in this case, the status for a variety of different types of work orders, and that shows you all of that information very quickly. So this is all done through using the drones and creating 3MX files and then classifying it using spatial data. So this enriches the whole reality mesh concept and allows us to integrate this directly into MicroStation. So we can use this for urban planning. We can use this for disaster communication. Very helpful in this particular area. We can use this for doing a variety of different measurements at a work site. So in this case, we're calculating volumes, because there is a very accurate methodology here. And we can certainly do this with as-built structures. In this case, we're looking at the Kamiyama Junction in Japan. There was 250 21 megapixel photographs. It took 4 hours of computation time on one computer with a resolution of 3 to 4 centimeters per pixel. So pretty accurate. All right, so just a quick point here. MicroStation does support up to 83 raster formats. Most of them are automatically located spatially. We support 17 different formats of point clouds, and you can use them all in their native format. They can be of any size, and if you need to, you can stream them from ProjectWise. With reality meshes, they can be integrated at any scale. You can use them in their native formats as well, and they are also geospatially located. So let's go take a quick look at incorporating multiple disciplines. Here we are talking about our portals, and this allows us to bring people together through our connect.bentley.com. So the Connect edition provides us a one-stop hub to get instant access to all of the relevant information about projects, and it also do relevant information about you. So this is the personal portal. It allows you to find things like upcoming events, projects that you're working on, things that you're sharing with others, your current learning. You can also gain insight from your project activity. Look at your personalized community forums. So if you have special forums that you like to look at, so those are our Bentley communities. And then you can go ahead and get access to support and software for downloads and service requests. So the personal portal sort of brings everything together that revolves around your world. Then we have the project portal. This allows us to view project activity by site, application, and user. So it allows us to gain insight into the users who are working on your projects and what effort they're putting forth. It allows you to manage and register your connected projects, access new cloud services for comprehensive work sharing. This allows us to also do things like project-wise work sharing. You can do project-wise project sharing, as well as dashboards and issue resolution, which is really an exciting new feature. So it brings all the information for a project together. Finally, we have enterprise portals, and the enterprise portal allows you to provide your entire enterprise, your entire organization, a one-stop hub for administering the software for your entire organization. You can go in and do user management by using role-based administration control. You can do license management here, as well as manage all of the service requests that are being put out by your organization. You can also manage your component catalogs. These would be your three-dimensional catalogs that would be used for parametric design, as well as getting insight from project and user activity across projects and what users are doing as individuals. So you can also limit things that happen here with regards to projects and with regards to users. So only users with a specific role will be able to do certain things here. So you can always access the user management here. The other things that we provide as part of our Bentley Select Connect, which I'll talk about a little bit later, is your ability to do project sharing. You have unlimited project share here. You can share as many files, as many gigabytes as you need. You can share DGNs, DWGs, PDFs, iModels, whatever it happens to be. You do have the ability to also create components, which are three-dimensional parametric cells or two-dimensional parametric cells, and then store them in the cloud so that you can reuse them from project to project. You have deliverables management, which allows you to package up different pieces of a project. So you have your 30% deliverable, your 60%, your 90%, and your completed deliverable. So you can manage that process, as well as dashboards. And who doesn't like a good dashboard? I love dashboards. I mean, I think all of us like them because we're graphics people. We like to look at graphics, and, well, dashboards are fun. So you can take a look at all of your connected services, take control of your project by looking at the performance, the management of the changes, and basically avoid delays by getting a better understanding of all of the key status and performance metrics in your project. So, fun with dashboards. So just to remind you that MicroStation is very project-centric so that everybody is on the same page. There isn't this gap between people's knowledge. All models and documents are project-aware and project-centric. We've always had this concept of project-centric design in MicroStation and in Bentley products in general. This does work as a hybrid with the cloud, so you can work online or offline. You have a lot of analytics available to you. There's a lot of interoperability, so you can publish any type of files and share with just one person or share with many. And you do have support for all of your transmittals, submittals, and RFIs. Well, to create better models, you'll need more than just powerful modeling tools. You'll need modeling workflows that are well integrated and provide the flexibility you need to capture your design intent. And this is where we can come in with our functional components technology, where you can create, share, and reuse model content within and across projects for all project participants. So this will pair up with the Component Center, which we just talked about, which allows you to share two-dimensional and three-dimensional parametric cells from the cloud and consume it within MicroStation or other Bentley products. So functional components really revolves around two-dimensional and three-dimensional constraint modeling. So this is very nice. You do have the three-dimensional constraints here as well. So you can do all sorts of sophisticated type of constraints and assembly management. So you can take three-dimensional objects and assemble them into a large component. And you can take those components and then you can share them with other project participants, very much like your three-dimensional warehouse, if you're familiar with that, the Trimble 3D warehouse. But instead, the Component Center allows you to share intelligent parametric cells so that you can change them on the fly by using variables and variations. You can also consume Revit RFA files here. So you can import and use Revit RFA files in the Component Center as well. So if you don't want to create your own, you can always go out and find them on the internet and use the RFA file format to populate your Component Center. We give you full access to parametric solids and surfaces for easy editing, and basically they all have on-the-fly controls for your 3D components. So it's easy to manage, easy to find, and easy to edit. So this kind of works rather nicely. Here's your Component Center. You can see that you can have it project-centric for a particular project. This is a roadway project, as you can see. I can come in and grab an object. It automatically goes to my cell library and fires up my Place Parametric Cell command. So that's a new command for MicroStation Connect Edition. So here you can see I have a 2-lane and a 4-lane parametric cell. So I can go ahead and put that down wherever I need to. So placing it's pretty easy. I do have some capabilities here to change the height and offsets. But if I had a wider area, so you can sort of see I have a much wider area, 4-lane, that's still not big enough. But I can come over here and with the parametrics, I can come in and make it a 10-lane. So it automatically recalculates things and builds it for you. So you can go ahead and place, in this case, a 10-lane gantry. So, easy to grab from the Component Center, easy to use, easy to change if you need to, and you can certainly place them quickly. And of course you can always render them up just to see that you got the right thing. So, that's functional components and the Component Center. So, just to review here, the constraints are available in both two-dimensional and three-dimensional workflows. So if you've got two-dimensional cells and you really work a lot in 2D, this still is a very helpful piece of technology. It allows you to create two-dimensional cells, which are parametric, so that you can create one cell and then create an entire family based off that single cell. So if you do, for example, steel shapes or other things like that, you can do this parametrically now. It is available for export to other applications. They're usable in all the Bentley BIM applications, and constraints also have expressions built into them. You can manage all of these components through the Component Center, so you can create and share them for a project or through the organization. And again, the functional components allows you to build these components with variants so that you can manage them, find them, and edit them quickly. And lots of modeling tools to do whatever you need. That's always one of MicroStation's big strengths. So project deliverables. We've always had an issue with delivering stuff to people. That's really how we get paid. The project pays the bills. And we've come up with a documentation center to design, and it's been designed to improve your workflows by leveraging design data. So basically you start with a lot of design data. Those workflows come from many sources, and then we integrate them using our referencing tools, and we use them to generate sheets. So in MicroStation Connect Edition, you can basically think of this as property-driven everything. Property-driven displays, reports, sheets, annotation, labels, all sorts of things. So property-driven is really the key word here. So this allows us to generate multiple sheets quickly. So you can start off with your three-dimensional model, and these 3D models essentially are going to be used to generate the two-dimensional sheets. So you can automatically use our sectioning tools, for example, to create a section, and they're integrated. So when I make a change to the 3D model, the two-dimensional sheet automatically updates. And actually, if you rotate what looks to be the 2D model, it really is 3D. So you're actually looking at the side view of 3D to make it look like it's 2D. You can add all sorts of different things here, including annotations like call-outs, as well as dimensions. You can go in and do some detailing if you want to, show some detail information, including the dimensions and hatching, automatically done for you. All the hatching is done for you automatically. Dimensions are done automatically. You can even go in and attach things such as photographs so that people know exactly what it's supposed to look like when the construction is completed. So 3D gives us the 2D. The 2D is automatically generated from the 3D, and there is no confusion anymore, because when you make a change to the 3D, the 2D automatically updates. Similarly, you have the ability to create multiple sheets at one time. So here we have a roadway alignment, and we want to create several sheets. We choose our scales, and we're going to do a boundary along a path. And you can add an overlap for your sheets here if you needed to. And once you've gotten your desired overlap of the sheets, you can go ahead and start to place these sheets inside your design file. There's where it starts, and then you choose the endpoint where they finish. And now you're ready to go. So now it automatically generates all of these sheets for you. So when we zoom out here, you'll see that it actually has created a whole bunch of sheets for us. You can see all of the little boxes there showing each individual sheet that's being created along the alignment. So now it's just a one-button push, and you get all of your sheets. So it also adds these to a sheet index, and there's all of the sheets. So if you double-click on any one of these here, you'll see that it's available for, it's actually put all of the information in, and then there they are. So you can go and take a look at them. Now what's amazing about this, not only does it generate the horizontal, but you can also do the vertical alignment here as well. As you can see, it's populated the title block, so it knows what the name is. It's sheet number 1 of 10 or 7 of 30, whatever it happens to be. It knows how to do all of that. So everything is done with a single mouse button click. And that's kind of the idea behind the Documentation Center, to make the entire process of creating these sheets faster and quicker. So drawing extraction, you have the ability to create deliverables from the 3D model with one-button publishing. 3D changes are automatically reflected in the 2D sheets, and all of this stuff is enforcing the CAD standards through the use of templates and seeds. So these are intelligent deliverables. They automatically generate hyperlinks, details, plans, dimensions, hatching, annotations, all based on properties. So it's all property-driven annotation, displays, reports, tables, giving you a consistency. Everybody does it the same way. It definitely speeds up and simplifies the production of sheets. And well, creating multiple sheets has never been easier. It can also be indexed so that you can very quickly print them in order and apply rules. So if you add a sheet into the middle of your sheet set, it automatically renumbers everything for you. All right, we'll come around here and finish up with taking a look at some of the data types that we have available for you. MicroStation is often known as the Universal Translator. We have almost 100 input formats that we support, including versions, and we support a whole bunch of output formats. So we can take virtually any type of data into MicroStation and push out any type of format from MicroStation. So MicroStation can bring in data from all different types, ESRI, Excel, AutoCAD. It doesn't really matter where it comes from, Civil 3D. So when you're working with different design teams, you're going to want to integrate all of this data. Everybody's going to be working differently with different applications. And the one place that it all comes together is in MicroStation through the iModel. And the iModel is kind of the PDF of the computer-aided design world. So iModels can consume any type of data. It doesn't matter if it's Excel spreadsheets or ESRI shapefiles or anything at all, actually. It all exists within the iModels. They're containers for conveying deliverables. They can be used to aggregate and exchange multiple disciplines. They're precise, they're portable. They contain the geometry and the business data. And they can be used to perform cost estimations. They can be used to perform schedule, simulation, clash resolution, field installation, quality assurance inspection, and much more. So you get relevant information with using the iModels, which can all be generated directly from MicroStation Connect Edition. So we support dozens of formats and multiple versions of each one of those formats. So we support 6 versions of AutoCAD DWG files, for example. 83 different raster formats, 17 point clouds. It can all be done through digital write, so you can control who can see what in each file and for how long. You can make the files expire if you want to, so that way you can be sure that nobody's using out-of-date data. You can integrate many different file formats and all sorts of different types of data, whether it's geospatial or reality meshes or images. And exchanging them has never been easier with the use of the iModels. There's a lot more coming with iModels this year. Got some real exciting new technology with iModels coming up this year. So I just want to finish up here real quick with some flexibility in the way we do things. So our new Select Connect Edition includes a variety of new Connect services. This is going to include the project-wise connection services, such as the Project Share, where you have unlimited sharing, as many gigabytes, any type of file formats. You have your deliverables management, managing your transmittals and RFIs. You have adaptive learning services, which we deliver through our Connect Advisor, and all sorts of personal mobility services for your laptops, for your tablets, and your phones. So just remember, Select is one of our key values of MicroStation. Gives you 24/7, 365 support. All sorts of licensing options, including the ability to have a node-locked license, so that you get to own the license and keep the license. You do not have to have a subscription if you do not want one. It's up to you. Our Select Connect Edition also provides us with all sorts of learning through our Connect Advisor, where you can find 2,500 courses. So all of this stuff is easy to learn. The courses go from 1 minute in length to 1 week. Just on MicroStation Connect Edition alone, there's over 400 hours of learning material. That's just for MicroStation. And this is a benefit of your Select subscription. So the Connect Advisor is personalized. It learns and adapts to you. So it understands what you've learned and kind of gives you that Amazonification. It's like people who learned this course also took this course. So you get better insights into what is the next thing to learn. You can interact with all sorts of product specialists and discover all sorts of events like this one through the Connect Advisor. One other product I wanted to talk about was our Bentley Lumen RT, which is also part of our portfolio here. This is fast, it's easy, it's beautiful. It allows you to enrich your designs with people, plants, water, all in real time. Import all sorts of file formats as usual. It's really cinematic in quality and very quick to do. It is taken directly from MicroStation, so you can take MicroStation and then you can push it directly to Lumen RT. Lumen RT is real-time, which means that everything is done in real time. It's all processed on the video card, so it doesn't need to use the CPU. So things happen really fast. So you can see you can use a quick tool here to paint in three-dimensional trees. You can do nighttime. It automatically adjusts the lights based on the time of day. You can do all sorts of animations of vehicles. You'll see the vehicles are sensitive to each other. They know when to stop. You can provide all of these rules, so it's very quick and easy to do. The interface is really simple. Believe it or not, the interface of Lumen RT was designed by a 10-year-old. It was actually somebody a young man who liked to play Minecraft. And so that was our inspiration, and we made sure that he was able to use Lumen RT. So believe me, you'll be able to learn Lumen RT within 45 minutes or less. It's real quick and easy. Finally, we did talk about context capture. It is a lot of fun because you get to play with drones. Who doesn't want to play with a drone? I know you do. So it takes these it creates three-dimensional models of high resolution from a variety of pictures. So you can take ordinary digital photographs and turn them into three-dimensional meshes. So this allows you to work at very large scale, so you can do entire cities, or you can do singular objects. So if you have just a statue or one building or a single construction site, a pump that you'd like to take a picture of and see, you can do that. You can do status updates. You can take a look at something on a daily basis or every other day, and you can see it automatically goes into MicroStation, and you can automatically visualize it any way you want to in MicroStation. So context capture, a very important part of our portfolio as well. So I thank you for your time. I hope that was helpful for you. We're ready to take any questions that you may have.